Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm a personal trainer and yoga teacher in the Boston area. And in this video, I'm going to share with you a quick workout for the full body. You'll just need a set of weights. And be sure to listen for the options. I like to offer a workout that anybody can do. So really listen to the different options, get creative, sometimes just doing something totally different to just fill that time gap so that you're moving your body and you're staying strong and you're staying healthy, because that's what it's all about. We're going to start with a quick warm up. It's going to be a little yoga warm up to get the body ready. Again, get yourself set up with a set of weights and clear yourself of space, and we'll get going. Meet you on the mat. All right, we're going to get ready to get started on our hands and knees. I want you to find a nice tabletop. Center your shoulders over your wrists and really spread your fingers nice and wide and press out through the outer palm of the hands and out through the fingertips. So really press down, and then as you exhale, round the spine, tuck the tail, tuck the chin, push the floor away, and inhale, slowly lifting the tailbone up. You're going to ripple the spine as you drop your belly, lift your gaze, and broaden the collarbone. Just let the elbows bend a little. Now let's move with the breath a few more times, exhaling as you round, and inhaling as you lengthen. Feel that nice movement of the spine. Exhale, empty your breath. Start to connect with your breath. Start to feel into the sensations in your body. It can be good to always take that quick check-in, because every day is different. Even if you've done this video a few times already, every time can feel a little different. All right, we're going to slow some of that movement down. And we're going to come to a nice flat back. You're going to bring your right leg out to the side. And you want to have your right foot all the way to the floor and your right foot lined up with your left knee. On an inhale, reach your right arm up. Reach up and look up towards your hand. And then as you exhale, you're going to slowly round and reach your right arm behind your left, like you're reaching for your left shoulder, outer shoulder, and then inhale, reach it back up again. We'll do that a few more times with the breath so you get a hang of it. Exhale, reaching for that left outer shoulder. Nice inhale, reach up. That should feel good. We tend to get really tight on those muscles all along the side of the body. Nice, one more big inhale. And then exhale, place your hand back underneath your shoulder. A little reach of your hips back as you walk your hands forward, getting into a nice stretch into your hip. If you need to bend your right knee, wiggle around and get curious. Again, we're just waking up the body. And now inhale, come forward. I've got a good strong workout coming for you, so stay with me. Warm-ups are really important. We're going to step out the left foot. I'm going to turn to face you so I can get that extra space I need. Again, that left foot is lined up with your right knee. You reach your left arm up, reach up, look up, twisting open. Exhale, reach through like you're threading the needle for that right shoulder, and then inhale, reach up. And again, exhale. We try to keep the shoulders kind of square. Nice. Move with the breath. Thinking of pushing the floor away as you reach up. Let's do one more. Again, feel into your body. Notice where it feels tight. I had a nice little adjustment. You might have heard that little crack. It felt really good. Great, and then we'll finish this up. You can put your hand back underneath your shoulder. We'll come into that hip stretch. As you reach your hips back, you reach your fingertips forward, or maybe your hands are under your shoulders. Again, do what feels right for your body. And then get curious. Move around. Stay connected with your breath. Allow your workout not to just be about the body, but also about your mind, right? All right, let's slowly come back up to all fours. Curl the toes under and find our down dog. Lift those hips up and just pedal your heels. In your down dog, you want to keep those fingers spread and the fingertips pressing down, outer palms pressing down, and And then keep pushing through the ball of the foot, really stretching your heel towards the floor as you bend and straighten the leg. Right, you feel into those calf muscles, into your hamstrings. Trying to make sure your knees, as you look back at your legs, make sure your knees are not turning in or out. Right, we want the knees pointing right over the toes, and the toes should be pointing right towards the front of the mat. Slightly out is okay, but not too much, just a tad bit. All right, let's slow some of that pedaling down. On an inhale, lift your right leg up. Maybe bend your right knee and bring your heel toward your bottom. You're going to circle your right knee around. I'm drawing some circles with your right knees. Try to stay even through your hands as we move right into that mindfulness movement. All right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to get ready to step that right foot to the outside of your right hand, or maybe even a little behind, wherever you can get it to. All right, and then we're going to come right onto the tips of the fingers, staying right on the ball of your back foot. Exhale, fold, reaching your hips back, crown of the head to the floor, chin to chest. Feel that hamstring stretch. Keep drawing your right hip back as you gently steer your left hip forward. And then inhale, coming back to your lunge. Let's make this movement nice and dynamic. Exhale as your hips shift back, pushing off that right foot. Inhale, coming forward to your lunge. Great, 2 more times. Follow your breath. These nice dynamic movements are really good for the body as you warm up. And as you can see, I love warm-ups. Let's go ahead and bring the right knee over the ankle into your lunge. Bring your hands to the floor. Swing that right leg back up. Big inhale. Exhale, place your right foot all the way down to the floor. And bend your knees a little bit, tilt the tail towards the sky. Keep pushing the floor away. Lift the left leg up. Open the knee. Keep pressing down through both hands, nice and even. Circle the knee. Nice. Use a little bit of that core to create stability so the hips are not swaying around. And now we'll step the left foot to the outside of that left hand, or maybe even just a little bit behind it. Again, finding that long lunge, making sure your left knee is right over your heel. Get light on your fingertips. As you exhale, send your hips back, straightening your left leg. Right heel reaches towards the floor. Take an inhale to lift and lengthen your spine. Lift the gaze forward. Exhale, fold chin to chest. Crown of the head to the floor. Keep steering that left hip back so you're nice and long through that left leg. Right hip turns towards the front. Inhale to your lunge. Light on your fingertips as you lift your heart. Exhale. Fold. Inhale, coming forward. Lift your gaze. Exhale. Straighten that leg. So really push off your back foot. Really push as you come forward. As you exhale, push off that front foot to send that left leg nice and long. All right, we'll come back to our lunge, placing both hands underneath your shoulders. Let's go ahead. This time we're going to step the right foot to the front of your mat. So you're nice and wide into this big squat here, right? Checking your feet. Your feet can be nice and wide, toes just slightly at an angle out, not too much. Take your hands to your knees and really work those hips back and down and start to sink. You can do this little lift and lower. And I want you to feel your feet contact the floor. Can you feel the big toe mounds pressing down and your pinkies pressing down? Start to lift the belly towards the back of the body. Relax the shoulders down. Ooh, feeling into those hips, right? Let's fold forward. Release your crown of your head. You can start to straighten the legs. Keep the knees in line with the toes always. Slight bend in the knees. A little shake of the crown of your head towards the floor. Just release the head, neck, and shoulders. Try not to hold on to anything. It's like you're freeing yourself up. Truly, right? And then we'll go ahead. We'll bring our hands back to our knees. Press through our heels. Stand all the way up. So the body is invigorated. We're feeling good. We're feeling warmed up. We're ready to get to work. Grab your weights. whatever, size weight is good for you. It doesn't have to be too heavy, but neither should it be too light. And you might change, your weight. Also, some of these exercises you can do without weights at all. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be a squat with a bicep curl. We're going to be doing 45 minutes of exercise or movement, and then we're going to do a 15-second break in between. So 15 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. I hope that's how I said it right. Okay, let's go ahead and fold forward or hinge your hips forward, bend your knees. You're going to come into the squat, pull your elbows by your sides, release it down, and then stand on up. All right, we're going to come down, and this time I want you to pull those weights up towards your shoulders. There's the bicep curl. Release it down, press through the heels, and come on up, squeezing your glutes. All right, now join me. The clock is on. This is that bicep curl. Think of it like a hammer curl, right? You get those elbows pulling in, and they're nice and stable. You want to think of lifting up through the chest, belly pulling in tight. Lock those ribs in and down and reach your tail towards the floor. So especially for those of you who are more mobile in the back, right? If back pain starts to bother you when you're doing this, really think of pulling your belly, your navel towards your spine. All right, we're almost there. First round. Okay, last one. All right, now we're going to do a slow burpee with a side plank. So listen to the options. There's lots of options on this one. And just watch me here at first. Toes slightly out. You get ready to come into a squat. So take your hands, your weights to your shoulders. Come down on the squat. Keep your chest lifted. Then you place those weights down. You can jump or step your feet back into a plank. And you're going to come to a side plank. Option, you can lift the weight and reach your arm up. Place it down. Turn to the other side. Press it up. So that's option one. Right? Maybe you need to do this with your knees down. Also, option to do without the weights and just reaching side to side. Now choose what variation works for you. We're going to get ready to get started here. We'll start in that standing position. Weights to your shoulders, feet a little wider than hips width apart for your squat. You're ready? Let's start squatting. Place those weights down. Jump or step back. Turn to one side and reach side plank. Place it down. Try to move your shoulders and hips as if they are connected. You stay in that plank formation, so belly tight, right? And then you're going to jump or step back to the front. Pull those weights to your shoulders. Stand up. Let's reach it up towards the sky. Come down. Place those weights down. No rush. All right? No rush. Just take it one step at a time. Choose the option that's right for you. This is full body, so really thinking about that core. Finding the stability. Jumping, hopping wide. Try to get nice and light. Placing the weight to the floor. Last one, wherever you're at. And there's lots of steps to this one. So we'll finish that up. Whew. Just looking at that clock. Pull those weights to your shoulders. Press it up. Nice work. All right, so now we're going to do a little single arm to one knee. So you're going to step your foot back. You only need one weight for this one. You're going to bring it up by your shoulder. And then the other arm can be flagging out towards the side. You're going to press it up and down. And this is a nice easy one, especially after that last one. We're going to do our right side, then our left side. So let's go ahead and get started. And so you want to feel that stability as you press from your knee all the way up. You can feel that nice shoulder work here. Nice work. This almost feels like an active rest. Anything after burpees, it feels like an active rest. Whew. Last 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to switch right to the other side without a break in between of these two. So just pressing it up. And so the knee that is down is the same arm that's pushing up. And again, you want to feel that energy right up through that left side. Sometimes we get really weak and our shoulders pushing up. Some of that has to do with these muscles here, these serratus anterior muscles. These are very important to keep you strong. Keeping those shoulders square, keeping nice and stable. This is the last exercise of this set. So let's finish that up. One more push here. Get that in. Let's go ahead and stand up, grab your other weight. We're going to come right, circle right back to the squat with the bicep curl. So feet a little bit wider than hips width apart. Tip forward, hips are back, belly pulls in tight. Pull the weights to your shoulders, back down and stand back up. Let's go ahead and do this. Join with me. If you're not already with me. All right, try to see how far back you can get your hips. Can you get your hips back to about knee level without compromising anything really? We don't want those knees to pop out. We want to keep reaching those knees right over the toes, pressing down through all 4 corners of your feet. And then make sure that back stays strong as you pull the navel to the spine. Create that solid line of energy through your arms, strong biceps. Last one. Whew, nice work. Now we're going to get ready for that slow burpee, or fast, however is for you, and having that side plank in between there. You ready? Let's go ahead and get started. Choose your options. We're going to come right down to the floor. You can step back, jump back. So many different ways to do this because it is challenging. So you need those options to get your body ready. Whew. I'm getting ready for this one now. So just thinking of this at one step at a time. As you reach that arm up towards the sky, lift your waistline nice and high. Stay with that nice strong form in your squat and really strong plank here. Squeeze your glutes. And last one as you finish it up. Whew, nice work. All right, we're going to get ready for the next one here. This is that single arm, one down on one knee. So I'm going to put my right knee down and let go of that weight. The weight is in your right hand, right knee down, just simply pressing it up towards the sky, lower it down. I don't want you to rush through this one, especially if your weight is lighter. All right, so join me now. So I actually only have one option at home right now in my home gym. I have very limited equipment at home, actually, and my 5-pound weight is the only set of weight I have. So I'm going to really just try to move slow and allow that gravity to really push down, because I tend to like to do a little bit more than this, at least 10, sometimes 15 pounds when I'm on my good days, and you can really feel that work up the side body. We're going to get ready to switch here in 5 seconds. If your knee is bothering you, take a moment to, as we switch out, put something under your knee. Sometimes, just anything, any kind of fabric or whatever. So you want your arm to be at a 45-degree angle, right? So it's not right at the side, it's not right in front of your shoulder, but it's just at that nice 45-degree angle. tell when you do these asymmetrical movements? What side is weaker? What side is stronger? This is my weak side. We're in that, almost there. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right, so now we're gonna go to our second block. We're gonna need both of your weights. I'm gonna do a high knee with a shoulder press. So those weights come by your shoulders, and it's just like you're gonna bring the knees forward, bring the elbows to the knee, and then reach it up, and then second side elbow down, reach it up. It's a little less complicated than you think it is, right? All right, when you're ready, let's go ahead and reach it up and bring the knees to the elbows to the knees. Whew. You can also do this with just one way if you have some heavy weights. Try to stay balanced here. I can see myself almost coming off balance on that last one. Try to lift that knee up to about hip height. Extend those arms all the way up over your head. Woo. Some exercises have you looking at the clock wondering, when is it over? You got 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds. Whew. Last one. Make sure you land it nice and even. And then we'll relax those arms down. A little shoulder release here. Now we're going to go ahead and let go of those weights. We're going to come down to our plank position. Options here, knees or on the toes. Core's nice and tight, and you're tapping alternate sides. Shoulder, shoulder. Right? Let's get that clock going. Join me here. The goal is to not rock side to side, which is super hard, right? So we really tap into those deep stabilizing muscles. As we move through this workout, we're working every muscle in the body, the big muscle groups, the little muscle groups. Whenever you're in this plank position, you want to think of the whole body. All the muscles hugging into the bone, right? So you're not sinking into your shoulders, right? Because then all you're going to feel is your shoulders burn, right? I want you to really start to think of your glutes, squeezing your butt muscles, right? Squeezing your quads. What can you do? Can you really start to work into the legs? Share some of that work down into the legs. Whew, we're almost there. Nice work, everyone. 3, 2, and 1. Whew, lower down to those knees. Give yourself a little stretch. All right, next exercise, we're going to come right back up to our feet. We're going to work into those shoulders here a little bit. And so options here, I'll be giving to you. You can do this one without the weights, especially if you only have an option for a heavy weight for these shoulders, these little shoulder muscles. So we're going to be doing starting your feet a little bit wider than hips width apart. Curtsy lunge, you're going to step your right foot behind your left. Your elbows are going to come out wide. Then you're going to pull those elbows right by your sides. So bringing those arms that nice 90-degree angle. Step the opposite leg back. Stand up. Pull it in. You ready? Whew. Elbows in, chest up. Hold that nice and tight so you can feel a little bit of that bicep work here. Ready? We're going to step it back. That's the shoulders. Step it in. Nice and solid. Again, this can be done with or without the weights. For me, the 5-pound weight is just a little bit too much because it is a detail muscle. It's very different than that muscle we used earlier when we were pressing. So no rush here. Try to get that knee back. Set that nice little angle. And you bend the knee. Only go as low as your body allows you. And keep your chest up. Try not to let the chest drop. Almost there. This is the last of the 3 exercises in this block, so we're going to circle back. All right, let's go ahead. Last one, and take your break. Ooh, shake those arms out. We're going to go back to that high knee and shoulder press. So these are a lot of combination movements where we're working both upper and lower body and core, always core. All right, so reach those arms up. All right, high knee, elbow to knee. So we don't have to jump here. If you want to add a jump, you can. Just make sure you're stable, right? Softly landing. And really think of this about that core. When you lift that knee up, try not to rock all the way over the other side. Try to stand up, pushing through that standing foot. Woo! Feeling it here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, nice work. Happy to be done with that one. Let's put those weights down. Set yourself up for your shoulder tap. Coming into that plank position, core tight, knees or toes. You choose you, and then tap. Tap and go. If you're on your toes, a helpful hint here is to step your feet a little bit wider than your hips. My feet just found that spot and it was like, oh yeah, that's where we need to be. That's where we can feel that kind of tripod effect as we lift that single arm up to tap the shoulder, right? Feel the side body squeezing to create stability right along those obliques. So this is real good core work. It's full body work, as I said before. Almost there. I always prefer squats. I don't like planks, but when I'm doing it, I feel how strong my body's getting every time. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, anything. Feels good. Nice and strong. Stretch it out to that child's pose stretch. Whew. Stand on up. Curtsy lunge with the shoulders. Again, lighter weights to no weights for this one. Feet start a little wider than hips width apart. Softness in the knees. Feel all 4 corners of the feet pressing down. So now I'm going to lift my elbows out, kind of like that cactus shape, right, as you step back. And then the elbows come right by your sides, kind of like those robot arms out and by your sides. I'm trying to embrace my robot. I get to look at my form in the camera view here, which I never always used to like to do, but it really is helpful if you've got a spot where you can look at yourself in the mirror when you're doing your workouts and really see where your body alignment is. Noticing if your chest is up. Really feel how that core is tight by lifting the low belly up and in. Woo! Almost there. Last one. Finish it up. Gonna finish on this side for me. All right. Nice work. We got one more block. All right, this is gonna be a down low block, I like to call this one, because we're gonna be hitting some of those good muscles here. So come on, sit down on your mat, grab your weights, bring them to the top of your knees, and then you can lay back onto your back. We're gonna do a shoulder press with a leg extension, finding that dead bug, except for your elbows are wide, about shoulder width, and really starting to bring those knees over your hips, pull the belly down. And now as you reach both arms up, you extend your right leg forward. Then you bring those elbows down, returning that right knee over your hip. Second side, left leg, both arms reaching up, and we return. All right, you with me? Let's go. Find your rhythm first, right? First round, body's learning, brain's learning. Right, we really want the core to be tight. You can lower your leg as low as it feels good for your body. You want to find that range for you. Maybe keeping your feet on the floor is better. We want to make sure that that back is pulling towards the ground and we're locking the core. Locking that core. Pull that belly in nice and tight. Knees over your hips.
Finish it up. Last one. And then release your feet to the floor. You can take your weights to the top of your hips for a glute bridge. For your glute bridge, make sure your feet are hips width apart and parallel. And knees are lined up right over your heels. So you're really stacking the knees. Create that nice foundation. Press down through your heels. Lift all 10 toes and press down through your big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and lift those hips up. Pause for a moment, squeeze. Find that good activation. And now we're just going to lower a little bit and lift. Lower a little and lift a little. So no going all the way to the floor. No resting here. The clock is beginning now. I can feel all those muscles down along your glutes, your butt muscles, the behind your legs, your hamstrings, and all the little muscles along your spine, hugging in, really creating that nice integration and strength. If it's too much to do this with the weight, weights, remember, is always optional. Whew. Feeling good, almost there. Fire up those glutes. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, you can place those weights down. All right, so this next one is a surprisingly difficult exercise. So I want you to come to lie down on your right side, right? And you're gonna take your left hand to the floor and reach your right arm up towards your right shoulder. I have to think about that. So a hand on the shoulder, left hand is right down here. You want to make sure this elbow is over your wrist. The left leg is almost like a flag. It's going to create a little bit of that balance of your weight and your energy. And then you're going to explore lowering down. As you lower down, I like to bend the knee and then lift up, squeezing that left waistline. I lower down and then come on up. We're working a lot of muscles here. So I'm going to start the clock. Some of you might be saying, how are you doing that, Michelle? Now, it is very difficult. You don't have to lower very far. You might just lower and bend your elbow just a tiny bit. As long as you can get back up, that's most important. Now, sometimes, when I was working with my husband with this earlier, we were laughing because he got down, he couldn't get back up again. And you will feel that work in your hip, your glutes. You're going to feel your tricep. You're going to feel your core, your side bodies burning up. Nice work. I'm feeling it too. Awesome. Woo! There's that tricep. Last one. I can barely do this one. Other side. Woo! All right. So you come to that left side. Get your right hand lined up right under your right shoulder. Spread your fingers wide. And you can see my fingers are pointing towards the front of my mat. My hand is on my shoulder. And then I want to make sure I'm stacking my elbow. Ooh. The clock is on. So if you're doing this and you're getting really frustrated because this is again, a surprisingly difficult exercise. You can always work on doing side plank and just holding it there for that 45 seconds. And you've got one more round, right? And holding it there. Do a little hip raises if that feels good. You can do this on your elbow. Last one. Oof. Last one. There it is and done. I think that's my stronger side. I just figured that one out. All right, let's go ahead, get ready. We're coming back to the top of these exercises. We got the chest press, leg extension duo here. So on your back with your weights, elbows wide like a goal post, shoulder length, knees over hips, belly in tight. Let's begin. You press the weight up as you extend that right leg, bring it down, press. Pulling that navel towards your spine. See if you can point through your toes. Whew. Try not to swing. Try not to use that momentum. consciously placing it there. This is our last block, our last round in this block. So, whew, you're almost there. Last 3, 2, and 1. Get yourself finished up on your side. You need take a little break. All right, we're going to do the glute bridge next. And bring those weights back to your hips. Knees right over your heels. Take a deep breath in. Slow breath out. And let's begin with the hips up and down. Just a little down, not all the way down. Press through the big toe mounds. Lift those toes. Activate those muscles right along the back of your body. Pull your shoulders down towards the floor. Open the front of your chest. Especially if you're tight in the pectoral muscles, especially after the exercises, the push-ups, the presses. Really work the whole body. Lots of different, kind of compound exercises. They can be complicated, but good for the brain to learn. Last one. Woo, press it up. Let it go. All right. Now again, back to that tricep. So when you're ready, come onto your right side. You can stack your knees, stack your feet. You're going to reach that left hand under your left shoulder. Reach your right hand across. You're going to turn like you're going to land your right shoulder down, right? And that's the tough part. So I flag my foot out as I lower. And that helps you to kind of counter that balance as I come forward. All right, but I'm still working here. So the clock has started. I want to hear what your thoughts are on this tricep. I love to hear your comments, your feedback on the workouts. I love to hear what you're looking for. Last one. And woo. Second side, go right to it. On that left side, bring that right hand across your body. Turn, bring that left hand to your right shoulder. So really turn your chest forward. Imagine again, you're laying your shoulder down as you bend the elbow, you extend the leg, and then pull up. Point that toe. Feel the whole body. Again, when you start to recruit the whole body instead of just relying on that little tiny tricep muscle to do all the work, because that's what's really makes it impossible. If you just try to let one part of your body do it, you've got to use that whole body. Whew. Almost there. I'm checking that clock, saying, "Oh, move that hand a little faster, please." Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Shake it out. Go ahead, sit. Reach those arms up high. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms up towards the sky. Reach up, chin towards your chest. Now round your back as you reach forward. Reach your palm of your hands forward. Slide your shoulder blades away from one another. Chin to chest. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, release it down. Shake those hands out. Let's get those triceps. Reach across. And reach up over. Try to stay long through the side bodies. Second side, reach up. Grab, lean over. Leaning over towards that right. Inhale to the center, release those arms down. Shake those shoulders out. Ooh, almost forgot, reach this across. It's a good workout when you start forgetting things. All right, let's let it go. All right, so legs nice and wide, toes up, lift up to the crown of your head and fold forward. You might lower to your elbows. Do what's right for you. So we're taking some nice slow stretches now, especially down to those leg muscles. We work those leg muscles really, really good. So if your hamstrings are tight, maybe it's your groins are tight, maybe your legs won't be as wide as mine. Also a little bend in that knee, right? If we're tight in the hamstrings, bend the knees. It might feel a little awkward, it might feel a little weird, but it's going to help you to create that little bit more of the hinge in the hips. Let's go ahead and come back on up. I'm going to roll onto your back. We'll thread the needle, crossing your right ankle over your left knee. Lift those legs towards your chest, reaching your right hand through the little window, and the left hand reaches around. You're going to grab a hold of your hand, pull your legs in towards your chest, opening your right knee towards the right side of the room. Take some solid deep breaths here. And then we'll switch. Return your feet to the floor. And second side, left ankle over right knee. Pull those legs towards your chest. Hug them in nice and tight. Give them a nice pull in. Try to let the head be heavy. Relax the shoulders back towards the floor and lengthen your crown of your head and tailbone away from one another. Now we'll hug those knees in toward your chest. Rock a little side to side. And take your arms out wide into a goal post, just letting them rest on the floor. So a goal post on the floor. And as you rock your knees side to side, you might feel that nice release in the lower back. Let's let the knees fall over towards the right. And let them stay here on the right. Trying to get your knees to about hip level. So there's this 90-degree angle in the legs, the 90-degree bend. And you keep pulling those right knees towards the floor, but your left arm reaches away. Your gaze goes towards your left arm. And then really taking some nice deep breaths. Turn your left palm up towards the sky. You might even reach towards the back of the room, really finding that nice opening across your chest and shoulders. Okay, inhale back through the center and exhale to the other side. Let the knees fall towards the floor. Pulling those knees down towards the ground and then reach your right arm. Gaze down your right shoulder. It's important to move your body in all directions, challenging it in all planes. Motion. You did that today in this workout and you challenged your muscles in all different ways. We'll slowly take our knees back towards the center. And so I just want to say thank you so much for your time and joining me. I hope your body feels strong and you feel strong and healthy and happy. Take care.